Yes.
When the world first learned about Kelly Clarkson, that's easy to pronounce, she was a 19-year-old from Fort Worth, Texas, auditioning for this new show. It was called American Idol. Remember that? Nearly 23 million people watched her win the debut season. That was back in 2002. She launched a career that includes double platinum albums and 3 Grammys. Thank you very much. So with American Idol in its final season and Clarkson about to expand her family, she shows us how fame does not define her life. I want to start with you about American Idol. Do you remember that audition?
Oh, the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Everybody remembers the one in my jean thing I made.
At last.
That's horrible, and I'm singing Etta James. But there were actually 3 auditions before that.
Yeah, life is like a song.
I didn't know it was like a TV thing. I didn't know.
What did you think it was?
I just moved home from LA because my place burned down, and I had been living in my car for the days, and I called my friends like, anybody here has any jobs, And my friend her mother heard about some audition, and when you're poor and you have nothing to lose, you go to any auditions. And I walked in and I saw Paula Abdul, which was random, and I actually knew Randy Jackson because he'd worked with Mariah Carey, and I might have read like every liner she's ever had in her CDs, booklets. But yeah, it was.
And then there was
different.
Simon Cowell because we went
Some
online.
British guy that was really mean to everyone.
But I think that's so interesting, Kelly. You weren't even sure what that was. You just heard audition.
I heard it pays.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, I'm in. And even when I won, I mean, who knew that something would come out of it,
Do you remember the song?
A moment
like
yeah.
this.
A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime.
What did you think was going to happen after that?
Honest to God, I had no idea. I mean, I felt fortunate enough that my goal was just to find somebody, like maybe they heard me singing on the show and somebody would want to manage me or help me. Like, I just wanted to sing. And my initial goal, actually, even when I was little, wasn't to be the front runner. I wanted to be a backup singer.
Did you?
Yeah, I just love, they have such a great life. They get to work with all these different artists and travel, and they don't get I'm not really into the limelight.
That's what makes you happy, singing.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're not trying to tour and be on the cover of everything and
no,
go to every
I'm so
event?
happy we have Madonna and Britney and Beyonce. Y'all just live it up. I want to be right underneath.
What comes first in Clarkson's life is family. She's married to Brandon Blackstock, who is also her manager. She's a stepmother to his 2 children from a previous marriage, and together they have a 17-month-old daughter named River.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.
Let's talk about your music.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, when I think about you, some of your biggest hits, Since You've Been Gone, Miss Independent, Stronger.
Yeah.
Those are women's anthems.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, is there a message you're trying to send to women that you want us to get?
I think it's funny. I mean, it sounds selfish. It's not that I don't. Well, I don't do it for the fans. I make my records because they're therapeutic for me.
But piece by piece, you collected me.
Let's talk about Piece by Piece for a second, because the lyrics of that song,
Yeah.
the guy is leaving her, but someone else has come into her life.
It was a hard thing for me.
Love that song.
Thank you. It was a very vulnerable song in a sense of saying aloud, yes, I did have help and somebody helped put me back together. I think a lot of people would view that as weakness, but I think it's a strength to trust someone, to do that. But
The line, Kelly, that a man can be kind and a father can stay.
Yeah. Well, and it's my husband, he came in my life and he's, the complete opposite of how my father was. So it was.
How so?
Well, he was present. He wins for being around. That's why I think it's so funny when people try and be so mean in the press. I'm like, once your dad basically is you're unwanted, you can say anything and it's not going to bother me.
And people have been mean to you, and you seem to handle it very, very well.
Well, I think it's just such a cheap shot sitting behind a computer and, I mean, if I'd rather somebody just be mean to my face and then I'll be like, all right, cool, that's how you feel.
But most people are very sensitive about our weight.
Yeah.
But you've just sort of embraced it. You're not the girl out in public when they're talking saying, I better eat a salad because I know people are watching.
Oh, no. I would do the opposite because...
What does that mean?
If somebody were to say, oh, you shouldn't be eating that, I'm going to eat 5, right in front of your face. And I'm going to lick my lips and I'll have a good time. It's just, because it makes me so
And I'll
mad.
have another piece of cake, too.
Yeah.
Clarkson is eating for 2 now. She's pregnant, this time with a boy. It brings the couple great joy, but a whole lot of discomfort as well. I'm familiar with morning sickness.
Yeah.
But you have something.
I'm
that's-
not. I'm familiar with all day sickness. That's what I'm.
But you have something that's very severe.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I have to get like IVs and fluids
Yeah.
because I get so dehydrated, and it's really bad.
But in the end, we can agree it's worth it.
Oh, we pop out magical
Yeah.
unicorns. She's great. Yeah, I know. She's awesome.
Because you have a little river, which,
Yeah.
by the way, this is what I like about you. You're so engaged with the people that care about you. You announced on Twitter that you were getting married to Brandon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then you announced that you were having a baby.
Yeah.
Also on Twitter. And then you've gone past Twitter. Recently you announced when you first found out you were pregnant with the second baby, you announced that on stage.
Yeah, well.
Did you mean to do that?
No. I couldn't get through it, and I was crying so hard, and I thought, these people are going to think I'm on drugs. Like, they're going to think that I'm about to, like, lose it like a crazy person.
I better explain.
I know, and so I was like, oh, I got to explain, and then it just came out.
I was not planning on announcing this, but I'm not going to totally pregnant. So.
Your daughter's name is River. And now have you thought about the baby boy's name? Because Gayle, as you know, is a unisex name. Do with that what you will.
You're like all my friends.
Gayle Blackstock.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Doesn't that have a ring to it?
It does.
In addition to being a mom and making her music, Clarkson also has a passion for charity and philanthropy.
This is on behalf of Eli and Kelly and the Citizen Watch Company.
Recently, she and New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning helped deliver a $10,000 check to the March of Dimes.
It's a cool company to be a part of, and you know, I also used to work with March of Dimes as well. I've always worked with March of Dimes, but I'm going to get through this without crying.
Okay.
But it's a special thing to me now that I have
Children.
Yeah.
Now I am invincible.
You seem like you're living a dream.
Yeah, and I am. My husband and I are always like, how did this happen? So we're very lucky.
No, I had lost hope. I was all alone. Never been so low till you came along. Teacher.
You feel really good about Kelly Clarkson. She's very comfortable in her own skin. You know, one of the reasons that she was chosen by March of Dimes and Citizen is they said she's down to earth and she's real and authentic, and she's certainly that.
Is she the best one to come out of American Idol?
She's certainly the top one. She and Carrie Underwood, Charlie, have been the ones that have been higher than anybody else. Jennifer Hudson didn't win, but she's also one of the top people. They've produced some great talent in that show.
She has such a terrific voice. Yeah.
That album is good, Nora.
Yes.
You would like it.
And I like her husband.
And
I know
Fort
her
Worth,
husband too.
Texas.
I know.
That's right. She's
That's
a
right.
Texas
Good
girl.
Texas girl. You know she's good. Great interview, Gayle.
Thanks,
Love that.
thanks.
Fashion powerhouse Tory Burch is right here in Studio 57 and only on CBS this morning. She reveals her next major project. And listen to this, how it could change your career.
Yep.
Plus, the one word she feared but came to love. That's next. But right now, a check of your local weather.
And a